y'all. Welcome to week 9 of DNA, where me and my son will bring you the highlights from around the league. So, let's get started. I mean, it was a win-win for both of us this week.
Once again.
It was a good week, so for the Falcons and the Lions. So, who want to go first?
I'll start off with my team.
Okay,
Another week, my Falcons are now 6-3. Just another great game. Of course, we could have played better. I mean, you can always, find something to improve on. Just even if you get the win, even if you get the win. But my Dirty Birds, won another game, and like I said, we advanced to 6-3, and it was just a fun, just another Sunday watching this great offense again, and watching them just continue to improve as the weeks go on. This offense is really looking fun to watch. I mean, we defeated the Cowboys 27-21. It wasn't a great game, once again, by Dallas. They definitely could have won this game. Now, don't get me wrong, Dallas has injuries, but they also have, a lot more issues on top of that. Is, going to Jerry Jones, the head coach Mike McCarthy. It's not a good time in Dallas right now, and the fans are upset as well. Dak Prescott, his struggles continue on the season, and he went 18 for 24 in this game, 133 yards and 1 touchdown. He suffered a thumb injury and also got a hamstring injury, and his backup Cooper Rush, who had some when Dak Prescott had that injury, before, he came in and Cooper Rush had some success for Dallas, that season as well. But it was only so much he could do. But the offense did look a little better once Rush came in. He went 13 for 25, 115 yards with 1 touchdown. But I mean, just Dallas has a lot to figure out, and I don't know if you saw it, but they showed Dak on the sidelines, and he was mouthing the words, "We effing suck." Now, as a Cowboy fan, you don't want to see that, especially from your starting quarterback. You don't want to see any player on your team going, "Oh, we suck."
So he gave up in the middle of the game?
No. This is after he went out the game with the injury.
Oh, okay.
It was still, you don't ever want to see your players say this mid-season, because that's basically like he's saying, like, oh yeah, we ain't doing nothing this season. We are probably not making the playoffs or anything.
They went 3-5?
Dallas is 3-5, and
wow.
This is a team that usually dominates the regular season, and Dallas falls off in the playoffs. But so far this season, the Cowboys looking like they're in playoff form, and that's funny to see, because nobody really likes the Cowboys. I'm sorry, but on the Falcons side of things, Kirkwood, Kirk coach changed. The man formerly known as Kirk Cousins before he came to Atlanta, went 19 for 24, 222 yards, 3 touchdowns, and no interceptions. Just a clean game by Kirk Cousins again, and he's continuing to look dangerous and looking like he is a serious candidate for MVP, and I wouldn't be shocked at all. But there's a lot of great quarterbacks, especially that golf in Detroit. It's a bad man as well, but there's a lot of great players at the quarterback position that really have a case for MVP. And St. Brown's teammate Drake London for the Falcons, he started the game off with a touchdown, getting the catch, a really tough catch over Trayvon Diggs. And as you guys know, Diggs last week was questioned by a reporter. He felt some type of way, got in his feelings, because he knows Dallas is struggling, and he was basically saying there's only so much he can do on the Dallas defense. He's just one man. But the frustrations continue for Dallas as well. But Drake London, he got the celebration, and he did the little headstand that everybody's doing, that everybody did this weekend.
In college, right?
Yeah, a college player had did it. Can't remember the school off the top of my head. Can't even remember the player off the top of my head. But he did the celebration and got a flag for it. And I guess it was excessive. But the very next day, Drake London does the celebration, and Amon-Ra does the celebration. So it was just cool to see. But the crazy thing about Drake London doing the celebration is, I think he actually either got hurt on the catch or doing the celebration, because he did not come into the game the rest of the way. He went out with a hip injury, but luckily Falcons fans, is day to day. He'll be all right and should be playing next week against them. them ain'ts. But in our defensive star, Grady Jarrett, don't worry as well. You know, he went out the game as well, but with an Achilles strain, you know, his season ended short early last season when he had a torn ACL. So we were just taking him out, you know, just for cautionary reasons. So I was glad to see that move and not force anything, because we need these guys healthy, because it looks like we're going to return to the playoffs. So we need as much depth as we can, you know, going into the postseason. But and last but not least, I also like to say that wide receiver CeeDee Lamb, like I said, Dallas is struggling, but it doesn't take away from the talent that they have. CeeDee Lamb is one of the best wide receivers in the league. He was doing all he can to get the Cowboys that win yesterday.
Yeah.
And,
he got hurt too, though.
Yeah, he got hurt too, went down with a shoulder injury. It was only so much he can do, but, you know, I love seeing players that, you know, despite their injuries, they're still trying to be out on that field and fight for their team, and they'll worry about being treated after the game. But, you know, you got to admire the toughness. But luckily, there were no miracles for the Cowboys in the end when they scored the touchdown and did the onside kick. Falcons fans, I know you remember 2021 when we played Dallas and they kicked the onside kick and we just stood there in Dallas and didn't jump on the ball at all. If we jump on the ball, we get the win. I know y'all got flashbacks when they did the onside kick again, but luckily Kyle Pitts fell on it. We got the recovery, and my Falcons are 6-3, and the Dallas Cowboys are 3-5. Texas, you have a serious problem going on, and you need to figure it out.
And hard, my boys. You know, full transparency, I was a little nervous as we was going into Lambeau Field. You know, it's not an easy place to go in to play. The cheeseheads ain't no joke. You know, and they know, everybody kept saying, you know, we're a dome team. You know, we used to playing, you know, indoors, and now we got to go on the road to Lambeau Field playing outside. Not only outside, but in rainy weather. The weather wasn't ideal. It rained the whole freaking game, but my boys went in there. They took care of business. You know, being led by our captain, Jared Goff. He led them in there. He went 18 for 22, 145 yards, had 1 touchdown. They did a lot of the running game. Montgomery, Gibbs, they was clicking on all cylinders. They did what they had to do. Boy, Brian Branch went out. He did a hit on Bo Melton. Mm-hmm. It was considered unnecessary roughness. And not in any defense of him, but he did run. They said he dropped his shoulder, helmet to helmet, hit him. Unnecessary roughness. We took a 15-yard penalty, wasn't no problem. Then a call came down from New York. NFL said it was flagrant. He was ejected from the game. That's when all this ensued. That they was like, everybody was like, what? Like, man, he was getting thrown out the game?
Right.
You know, we felt that it was unfair. Yes, we brought on Detroit versus everybody. Like, man, what is this? Why is he being ejected from the game? Because we figured it was a bad call, because the thing of it is that if he's going to be ejected, then it should be that way across the board. Because the problem was that over there in the Saints and Panthers game, we had the same play. Xavier Woods hit a Saints player, Chris Olave, in the same manner, and knocked him out cold. Bo Melton got up and was able to continue the game. Xavier hit Chris, knocked him out cold, injury, out the game, unnecessary roughness, foul, he was continuing to play. So please, NFL, explain why Brian Branch got ejected and why Xavier Woods was continuing to play. We don't understand, you know, they're having all conspiracy theories coming down. We figured that, you know, that we're neck and neck. We figured that, you know, only the Cowboys and Green Bay and Chiefs are the ones to get these kind of miraculous calls that never go in nobody else's favor. But everybody is thinking that if Brian Branch was ejected, I guess they thought that was going to give us, you know, Green Bay an edge. Because if we would have lost that game in Green Bay, it would have took us from being actually number 2 to probably dropped us all the way down to number 5, being that there's a lot of 6-2 teams out there. Mm-hmm. It could have just took us all the way down to number 5. So it was crazy. It was a call. We're going to let y'all figure it out, fans. You know, y'all just let us know if you think that they were equal, because it was just crazy. But we took care of business, and they brought in Kirby Joseph, and who replaced Brian Branch. And the one thing you got to learn about Detroit, because we are grit, and what we do is that if somebody else falls, the family just get together, and they know that they need to step up. Kirby Joseph came in, got a pick 6 on Love, took it in right there at halftime, and it was great. So it took us, and we never lost the lead. We dominated through the game. The weather didn't, you know, we played better in their field during the weather than they did. They had drop balls. We didn't have any drop balls. My boys played hats off to you Lions. We sitting atop the NFC North, 7-1. We sitting right behind doggone Chiefs. We good. We love you. You know.
So I got a question for you though. Does are the Packers going to suffer the Honolulu flu?
They gonna suffer. They got to suffer the flu. They gonna lose next week. They gonna lose next week, and I think a lot of it is gonna be because I think Jordan Love needs to sit out. He wasn't playing in his full capacity. He shouldn't have played today. He shouldn't have played on Sunday. He was limping a little bit. He was a little tender. He had the groin injury. You could tell he was like even wincing when he wasn't even being touched. So when he would throw the ball, you could see the pain.
Yeah,
and then he was like a little gimpy. So I think the Honolulu flu is in full effect. As y'all know, when they play the Lions, you lose your next game. Win or lose, you gon' lose. So he's gonna lose.
Mm-hmm.
They gonna lose next week. And sorry, it's just that whole flu thing. But
Another funny thing I saw, after the Lions won the game, y'all were going viral because y'all, Packers fans, they wear the cheese on their heads.
And we had the grater.
It was a Lions fan with a cheese grater on their head.
And the grater.
That was funny to see. That was hilarious.
Yeah, we went in there and we not playing. And it's like I'm saying, and it's just crazy, being a Detroit fan, as y'all know, y'all don't understand. It's just good to watch. And him being a Falcon fan, we jab back and forth. But they've been to the Super Bowl. They've been twice. We haven't.
Third time's the charm.
It's not going to be this year. But for us to be a Lions fan right now, it's just a good feeling. I mean, and if you don't have a team that you're really crazy about, or if your team is sitting at the bottom of the NFC or the NFC, come and get on this grit train with these Lions. We will welcome everybody.
Y'all don't want no bad win, because I'm gonna tell you why. Because them same people that try to hop on the Lions bandwagons now, with them same people, the past decade talking the utmost mess about Detroit. Don't accept them. Don't accept them.
We just happy. We just happy.
Detroit got Detroit. That's all they
We
need.
good. But we know the real blue. We know the real Honolulu Blues. We know the real what up dogs. We know who the real people are. So we just we just enjoying it. So let's get to the week 9 rundown. We got some good games this week. Let's start off with the Vikings. Well, the Vikings beat the Colts 21-13.
21-13, and the Vikings, they got the win, but they did not look. It wasn't a pretty win. The Vikings did not look, like the dominant Vikings. The first 5 weeks of the season. They're 6-2. They not as good as Detroit, but they up there with Detroit at the same time. So it's like, that's obviously a team that the Lions got their eyes on. They obviously needed them to lose this game, and they almost did.
Beat them once.
No, yeah, y'all beat them, but it's always good to see a division rival lose. So but the Colts, they tried to get that dub, but Joe Flacco, it just wasn't enough. He went 16 for 27, 129 yards, 0 touchdowns and 1 interception. Sam Darnold, 28 for 34, 290 yards, 3 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. They were definitely letting them play the game. I mean, Darnold didn't get a call that he deserved. It should have been a call for roughing the pass or whatever the case may be, because that man was straight up clobbering, and I feel like the refs were really trying to give the Colts this game. But one thing I've been noticing this season, that the refs are really letting them play. There's been a lot of plays this season where it's like they'll usually throw a flag on, but they let them play. They let them roughhouse each other, and I kind of like seeing it. When it's not the Falcons playing. When we're not on the
we ain't getting no calls, but okay.
But, on the outside looking in, it's cool to see the refs. Just sit back. They're not throwing the flag every play because it gets annoying to see. But the Vikings, they scrap out the dub, man. And like I said, they go 6-2. The Colts are 4-5, and I think the Colts, still a lot of football left to be played. They're 4-5, but I think this is still a team that can make some noise. I think they can still be a sleeper, honestly. From what I've seen from the Colts, they're not completely a bad team. It's really an issue at the quarterback position. They have to realize. I don't think they should have sat Anthony Richardson down. I think you need to allow this kid to keep playing. Keep giving him those reps. Joe Flacco. Flacco's had his time. Anthony Richardson. Despite how your Colts fans feel, I know he's struggling, but You know, he ain't gonna get no better just sitting there rotting on the bench. So I think Anthony Richardson should be on the field.
So you think he's better than Flacco?
Oh no, I'm not at all saying that. He's not better than Flacco, but Flacco also isn't the answer.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
Flacco, I think at this point in his career, is not playing to win. You know, he's not playing, you know, for playoffs or another Super Bowl ring or whatever the case may be. He's just playing because, you know,
padding his bank account.
Yeah, he old. You know, Flacco ain't got. But you know, the Vikings, they got the win. You know.
Okay. Well, hey, them Jets, Aaron Rodgers. I mean, you could never count him all the way out. Come on, at the end of the day, he is Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
As they beat the Houston Texans 21-13.
Yeah, another 21-13 game. Yeah, the Jets, you know, they're 3-6, but they got the dub. It still has not been a pretty season for either New York team, or should I say New Jersey? But no, seriously, yeah, it has not been a great ideal season at all.
World Series.
I'm sure you guys had high expectations. I don't know about Giants fans too much because, you know, y'all never liked Daniel Jones, but Jets fans, I know, you know, you have Aaron Rodgers, you know, then get Devontae Adams, you think that's going to turn things around. You know, y'all got studs on the defense and the offense, but y'all had just not been able to click, and I don't even know if y'all making the playoffs, man. It'll be a miracle if y'all do. Like, it's still a lot of football to be played, but it's just not a good season for the Jets so far. But hey, yesterday was at least, and Aaron Rodgers went 22 for 32, 211 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions, while C.J. Stroud for the Texans didn't have a great game, 11 for 30, 191 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. You know, the Texans' run game was working out, but it just, I don't know about the Texans. They're 6-3, but it's a sloppy 6-3.
Right, exactly.
The Texans have not really been, you know, they haven't looked like that team from last year. You know, the Texans had a really good season last year with the emergence of C.J. Stroud, you know, taking them to the playoffs and stuff. You know, we expected that same level of, you know, fire from them again. You know, it's not too late, but it's just like, you know.
Yeah, I think that's what we got next week.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if they, you know, if they're gonna pick it up or are they just gonna keep these lackluster, mediocre wins. We'll see.
Okay, well, this division with the Rams. Wow, I think they all separated probably about a game. I think the Rams now to the top of this division as they beat the Seahawks.
Yep.
26-20.
Yep, and Matthew Stafford is at it again. You know, 25 for 44, 298 yards, 2 touchdowns, threw an interception. But hey, he got the dub. And you know, the Seahawks, you know, they lose another one. No, I don't know how my Falcons lost to them. That's crazy. But you know, Geno Smith went 21 for 34, 363 yards, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions.
Oh wow!
A 3-pick game. Never great to see your quarterback throw 3 picks. But it happens. You know, the Rams, they're finding a way to get these wins. You know, they had a slow start. They had a slow start to the season, but they are 4-4. And don't sleep on the Rams. You know, they definitely look like they're waking up. And you know, you put these wins together. You know, anything can happen. Anything can happen.
Well, those Eagles, hey, they proven that we birds that still can fly. As they flew over the Jaguars, 28-23. It was close, but they did it.
Yeah. They soared over Jacksonville. I mean, record-wise, they soared over. I mean, the Jags fall to 2-7. The struggle continues for Jacksonville. I really don't know what's going on in that city right now. You know, is it? I haven't paid too much attention to the Jaguars. Is it? Jaguars fans, is it the coaching? Is it the players? I mean, I know Trevor Lawrence is struggling. You know, he definitely isn't, you know, playing like that contract at all. You know, but, you know, which is really a trend for a lot of athletes. You know, when they get paid, they for some reason just don't live up to the expectations, you know. And I saw that pick that Trevor Lawrence threw to Georgia legend Nakobe Dean in the end zone. I mean, come on, you got Nakobe Dean out here looking like a wide receiver. I mean, come on, Trevor Lawrence. That's where, I was hyped, me being a Georgia fan, but, it's just a bad look. Like, I don't know how that ball was that off. He threw it right over his receiver's head into the corner of the end zone. I mean, but Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence went 16 for 31, 169 yards, 0 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Just not a pretty game from a quarterback like Trevor Lawrence. And we know what type of player he can be. I'm telling you, when he's on it, he's dangerous.
No.
At least that's what it's been his whole career, including collegiate years. I mean, but this season, it's not just him. The Jaguars as a whole just really are not playing good football, and looks like they're about to be eliminated from playoff contention.
Oh wow!
I mean, they're 2-7. Okay. 2-7, but your boy Jalen Hurts, his team went 6-2, 18 for 24, 230 yards and 2 touchdowns. I am just really glad, and I'm still glad that we beat Philly. Because I would not want to play them again. Now they still have, they don't like,
So they 6-2.
Nick Sirianni calling them plays that he calls, because they're 6-2. They don't like Nick Sirianni calling them plays that he calls because they are very questionable. But the Eagles' offense is still not an offense that you want to take lightly at all. And Saquan Barkley had just a crazy highlight play. Did you see it? Oh man, the spin moves, and this man got the nerve. First time in all my life watching the NFL, football in general, I ain't never seen nobody do a reverse hurdle. Hurdle. I'm like, what? That was crazy. That was crazy to see.
It was sweet.
I mean, it was so nice. The NFL might want to consider making that the logo. You know how Jerry West is the logo man for the NBA? I think Saquon Barkley needs to go ahead and be the NFL logo man. Because that was nice. Saquon Barkley probably got the highlight of the week with that. Because I had to watch that like 10 times. I've never seen that before on the field. But the Eagles get the W, like we said, in a battle 28-23.
Okay, where?
No Bears.
Oh, Bears. Come on now. It's the NFC North. We over there popping our collars, being the best in the league. So we need for y'all to come on and come back. I understand that Hail Mary from last week made you go.
Got them stunned.
And so it's still in there in that pit, and it's gonna be there until y'all, win your next game. So we need y'all to come on. But the Bears, them. Ooh, boy, I'm telling you, them little birds done landed on the big old Bears as the Cardinals took them out 29-9.
Lord, Bears get smacked in Arizona by 20. Rookie sensation, Caleb Williams, 22-41 for the Bears, 217 yards. No touchdowns, but also no picks. I see a lot of Bears fans, blaming Caleb and stuff. I think the defense is what's really concerning, honestly, because the offense is not great, but the defense also gave up 29 points. I think Caleb Williams is a nice quarterback. You get that kid some work. He might not be getting off to a hot start like Jane Daniels at Washington is, but not everybody can do that. Caleb Williams is still that dude. I really like his future in Chicago, but they seriously need to figure something out, man. That was just, I don't know if y'all, like I said, if y'all still recovering from that win from last week, y'all need to shake it off because y'all played really worse.
That loss from last week.
Played even worse. Yeah, real bad. And Kyler Murray from Arizona, when he went 13 for 20, he threw a pick, but but he had 154 yards, and Arizona was just so dominant in the run game. Like 29 points. Like that's, yeah. Come on, Chicago. Y'all got ran all over. Just ran all over. Y'all need to figure something out if y'all want to get back to them playoffs. And I believe y'all can do it. I seriously believe y'all can. Chicago is not a bad team because I guarantee you, before the season started, nobody had the Bears through 8 weeks being 4-4. I can guarantee that. No, but they probably had them being worse than that. I can guarantee it. I think considering how bad the Bears have been in recent years, I'll say 4-4 is a success for y'all.
4-4 in your division and being second place, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, pretty much close.
So just look forward. Y'all can do it. Come on, Bears.
Y'all can do it. For them Ravens. But I'm telling you, that Lamar Jackson ain't no joke as he threw a perfect game.
Big 2.0.
Threw a perfect game as they beat the Ravens beat the Broncos 41-10.
This one was a snoozer. If you watched this game the whole way through, you're a trooper. I don't know how you did it. You know, the Broncos fall to 5-4. Ravens go up to 6-3. You know, oh man. Oh man, this is just a dominant statement win from the Ravens. You know, it's the Broncos. You know, the Ravens went up against a rookie quarterback. But look, any win in the NFL is a good win. And Bo Nix, you know, 19 for 33, 223 yards, one interception, no touchdowns. You know, Bo Nix really has not had a bad rookie season at all. He's been going up against some of the best and doing what he can, making the best of it. He's also got some pretty good wins in Denver, but yesterday was not that type of day for him. It was just a struggle all throughout for the whole team as they lost by 31 points. Lamar Jackson went 16 for 19, 280 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Oh, he was 16 for 19. I don't know why I thought he had a perfect game. Okay.
Almost perfect, nearly perfect. Might should have been perfect.
Okay.
3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Just a rough game.
Yeah.
For the Broncos. But look, for a team that many at least believe are rebuilding, you know, y'all are only 5-4. Y'all still in the hunt. Y'all in the hunt.
Still above 500.
Y'all can do this. Y'all can do this. So, but yeah, it's just these rookie quarterbacks are not looking that bad.
They're not looking bad.
Jane Daniels might be the best one, but I think the rookie quarterback class, you know, overall I think these guys look comfortable for the most part. They are looking like they've been before.
Okay. Well, I'm telling you, I'm about to make y'all take off my favorite colors because you're really kind of killing me right now, Raiders.
I mean, they've been this way.
It's just been that I don't understand. I mean, it's like almost kind of like, really, you know, they got beat by the Bengals 41-24. Why don't y'all just let Matt Crosby go? Just let him go.
Max. Come on to that.
Free him. Come to it. Really?
We need him just as bad as y'all need him.
If he had to choose, he would choose us. But just let him go, even though he's grinding and he wanted to stay. You know, deep down inside, Max, you want to leave. But the Bengals whooped them doggone Raiders 41-24.
Yeah, 41-24, and neither Desmond Ridder or Gardner Minshew, quarterbacks for the Raiders, were able to do anything, especially Gardner Minshew. I mean, at least Desmond Ridder threw a touchdown. Yes, Falcons fan. Desmond Ridder threw a touchdown his first game as a Las Vegas Raider. As you guys know, he joined the team last week. But I'm gonna lay off Desmond Ridder. You know, I know we gave him a hard time. He was playing bad in Atlanta and stuff. But you know, I saw the interview last week when he joined the Raiders, and they were basically asking him what's running through your mind. And you know, this is your third team in like two seasons. And he looked very emotional. Made me even feel bad. I was just like, you know, I just want the best for this guy. I'm tired of seeing him struggle. So I really, truly hope that he's found a home in Vegas. You know, and when I say found a home in Vegas, I don't mean playing for the Raiders, because that's not a team for any player. I just hope that he's enjoying his time staying with the Raiders until he goes to another team, hopefully, because everybody knows the Raiders ruin careers. It never fails. I mean, the list goes. I mean, I swear that organization is cursed. Y'all don't want to believe me.
Come on, man.
Y'all don't want to believe me. I'm telling you, the Raiders are a cursed franchise. I've been trying to tell you.
Y'all know about curses, so yeah, we know.
We're not as cursed as them. Not even the football gods are allowing them to be 6-3 right now. But look, Joe Burrow, 27 for 39, 251 yards, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception. The Bengals look like they're picking up the pace. They're still below 500, 4-5. But you know, they played some pretty bad football early on, but they look like they're picking things up, and I expect the Bengals to be in the playoffs in the end. I know it's still early to talk about it, but the Bengals look like they're waking up, and they're about to make some noise.
Alrighty, okay. Well, because come on, Raiders. It's over.
Tough.
Come on, Max.
Tough. Go back to Oakland or something. Do something.
So, doggone, it's nothing patriotic about them Patriots nowadays, as they got beat up by the Titans 20-17.
Yeah, and look, this is the battle of the worst, right? You know, 2-7 Pats, the 2-6 Titans. I mean, these are games that you love to watch. You either love to watch games between two of the best teams or a game between two of the worst teams, because those are the games that are going to be the most competitive from start to finish. And this game is an example of that. You know, it's just a 3-point deficit. And Titans fans, I know after last week getting smothered by the Lions, y'all just wanted a dub. I know y'all are rebuilding. Y'all don't expect to make the playoffs, but the last thing y'all want is to lose to a team like the Patriots, who are, you know, just as bad as y'all, or a team like the Panthers. You know, you don't want to lose to a bad team. And look, Titans fans, y'all are.
But guess what? They broke the Honolulu curse.
They did break the curse. Y'all didn't lose y'all next game. So Titans fans, I don't know what this means for y'all. Y'all might go on a little lucky streak. Who knows? We'll see. But y'all quarterback Mason Rudolph showed out, did just enough to get the win for that team in Nashville. 20-33. He had 240 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Just a good game by Mason Rudolph. And Drake May, rookie, 29 for 41, 206 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Drake May actually played a great game, you know, considering the fact he's a rookie. He had one play, can't remember the quarter, but he had one play where he was scrambling. The rush was coming at him. The O-line wasn't really blocking for him that well on this play, and they were in the red zone, and Drake May was just scrambling. And he not even a runner. He not even a runner for real, but he was doing what he can to get free, and he probably had that ball in his hands for probably 9-10 seconds. And
oh, wow.
He threw the touchdown, and, you know, as he got hit too, it was just a cool play to see. They should have held on and got that win, but Titans managed to find a way. But that was, yeah, a pretty good game.
Okay, well, go ahead, Titans. You broke the curse, so Green Bay, you might be able to win next week.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Okay.
Maybe only sorry teams lose to the Lions, then win the next game.
Okay, we hold.
Maybe that's it.
We'll see. We're gonna see next. We're gonna see what Green Bay does. Now, Chargers. Them Browns. I really want y'all to keep the bags off your head.
Brown is the perfect color for y'all.
The Chargers lost the Chargers beat the Browns 27-10.
Oh Lord, you know, out there, you know. Oh man. Unwavering faith, ultimate belief, dependence on the Lord. The words spoken by Jameis Winston before the game last week, you know, went viral. You know, I love Jameis. You know, it's a Christian man. You know, he plays for God. So automatically, I'm just a Jameis Winston fan. I was just hoping that, you know, the Browns could go on a little winning streak with Jameis at the helm and stuff, and, you know, but it looks like the Browns are just back to their old ways after the fun Sunday they had last week. You know, beating the Ravens. They're back to their old ways. And, you know, Jameis Winston went 26 for 46, 235 yards, 1 touchdown, and yes, 3 interceptions. Oh, Jameis, I still love you, man. Look, this is not your fault that y'all are 2-7. You were the third string quarterback. This ain't on you, man. You probably didn't expect to play this season. So this ain't on you. Why y'all 2-7? James still got love for you, but Justin Herbert on the Chargers, you know, with 18 for 27, 282 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. You know, the Chargers go up to 5-3, and, you know, just a very good win. The Chargers definitely needed this win, as they were another you know, typical playoff team that got off to a slow start this season. They also look like they're waking up. And so it looks like it's a few teams that usually make the playoffs. You know, they got off to a slow start, but they starting to get into that groove. And I think, you know, the level of intensity is definitely picking up, and I'm starting to notice that.
Okay, well, the Bills, Miami, Tua.
Yeah.
I mean, at least you're not hurt. So I'm gonna give you that. That's a plus that you're playing and you're still doing okay. But the Bills beat the Dolphins 30-27.
You know, Tyreek Hill said he's in the best shape of his career with 6% body fat. Obviously, that meant nothing. They still weren't able to get the dub. You know, they lost 30-27. Wasn't a bad game by the Dolphins, but, you know, considering their record, they needed this win badly. They needed this win badly to keep their playoff hopes alive, but, you know, falling to 2-6 only makes it worse. Tua went 25 for 28, 231 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Looks like the Dolphins are doing a better job at protecting him, which is huge.
Which is good.
That's a win. That's a win in my book. I just hope that keeps up. Most importantly, Well, Josh Allen went 25 for 39, 235 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. And, you know, Bills Mafia. Bills Mafia continues to dominate. You know, that's a crazy fan base who loves their team. Lord, they love the Bills. Lord Jesus. But, you know, we're going to see what them Bills do. And we're going to see if this is the season where y'all take the AFC. Because us on the NFC side, I can't say everybody in the NFC, but a lot of people would love to see the Bills knock off the Chiefs. You know, we just want to see a new AFC team. So Bills or Ravens, somebody please. Just win the AFC. One of y'all. I'll be cool with either or. I'm just tired of seeing the Chiefs, you know, all that crap, you know. Come on.
That'll be good. Now the Commanders. Commanders is another team that's winning, but not really winning like greatly. They're just kind of
considering the rookie quarterback. I'll say
yeah, that's right. They do have a rookie quarterback, so I gave it to them. But they do beat the Giants 27-22.
Yeah, the Commanders go to 7-2, which is
7-2.
It's a shock for sure. You know, it's funny. It's funny seeing Dan Quinn. He's the head coach of this team. Falcons fans, you know, that was our head coach when we went to the Super Bowl, and we love Dan Quinn. He just wasn't the guy for us on the field, but he was a great chemistry guy. I just wonder what he's doing differently in Washington, and why we couldn't really get that here more. Like, we weren't a bad team, no, but I don't, you know, this Commanders team looks really good. Like I'm almost, you know, like just kind of surprised. I knew James Daniels was gonna make a difference, but I don't think I expected anything this drastic. I didn't think I expected a 7-2 start from a team, you know, who just got a new quarterback, you know, fresh out of college. And yeah, he was Heisman, but it's a different league in the NFL, and he's out here playing. He's a boy playing with grown men, and this is really good to see if you're a Commanders fan. And the fun continues for y'all. I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting to see when y'all gonna slow down, but it don't look like y'all will. James Daniels with 15 for 22, 209 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Commanders. We're gonna see y'all last game of the year. So
y'all playing them, okay.
Very last game of the year. We gonna see y'all. That game might decide something. It might.
Right. They're a game ahead of y'all, so.
Yeah, but we gonna see. But Bryce Young, I'm already on the next game. I meant to say Daniel Jones went 20 for 26, 174 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. Which really, for Daniel Jones, is not a bad game. Giants fans, don't put this loss on Daniel Jones. I think Daniel Jones did his thing. But we need your boy Azeez Ojulari from UGA. You know, tired of seeing my boy lose. You know, the Falcons need a pass rusher real bad. So send him on down back home to Georgia. We need him. We'll greatly appreciate that, and we'll be part-time Giants fans for the rest of the year if y'all do that for us. So please and thank you. Y'all fall to 2-7. Look like y'all are also about to be eliminated from playoff contention. But yeah, speaking of eliminated from playoff contention, let's look at this next game. Who is this? Who is this here?
Like I said, the only reason I'm not so upset is because my boys in blue is doing what they're supposed to do. But Saints, the Panthers, really?
Yes, the Panthers.
The Saints
yes.
Lost to the Panthers.
Come on now.
23-20.
Yes, they sure did, and you know our little brothers, the Carolina Panthers. Yeah, as you guys know, we call them our little brothers not only because they suck, but because they're one of the most recent franchises in the NFL, along with the Texans. You know, it was years ago since they've been established, but they're still new in a lot of people's eyes. You know, they did their thing against our arch nemesis. It was awesome, you know, once again. But you know what, Aints fans, I'm gonna take it easy on y'all. I'm gonna take it easy on y'all this week. I'm aware. I'm not gonna lie. I'm aware of y'all injuries and stuff. Falcons fans are not idiots. We're not idiots. We know y'all are hurt. But don't expect us to feel bad for y'all, because if the roles were flipped, y'all would be the ones shooting parades saying, oh, the Falcons ain't doing nothing, we own them, yeah, blah, blah, blah. They're all full of excuses talking about injuries. No, I don't want to hear none of that, because y'all wouldn't show us. I doubt y'all would show us any remorse and keep it real with us, like I'm keeping it real with y'all right now. Derek Carr went 18 for 31, 236 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. And speaking of Derek Carr, Now, a lot of people are upset with him because he threw the ball to Olave, and which ended up getting Chris Olave his 5th concussion, I believe, in his career, which is also another player who needs to consider hanging it up along with Tua. Just not a good sight to see. Now my issue. Here's my issue with this. Here's my issue. I understand the frustration with Derek Carr, but I don't think y'all should put all the blame on him. I've never played quarterback in my life. I can only imagine how hard it is to see an open player and think, oh, he's open, I can throw that ball. Because that's a ball that Olave usually catches. I know he can go up and rise and catch that ball. I can only imagine how hard it is to also pay attention to the defender too and pay attention to your receiver's surroundings. I'm sure Carr feels terrible about that, about his decision making. Yes, it was a bad decision, but I wouldn't put it all on him at all, because it's tough to scan that field. And, I guess he panicked and got trigger happy and thought he had just a normal completion. And Michael Thomas, I know you remember him, the wide receiver from the Saints. He obviously not on the team anymore. The little diva, the drama queen. Yes, Michael Thomas. I think he's upset that he's not on the team because he's been talking. He talked a lot of mess about Derek Carr all year, especially yesterday. Just saying some pretty whack.
So they saying it was was it the ambulance throw, as some people call it?
Like, yeah.
The ambulance throw, like this probably gonna take you out, but I'm gonna throw it anyway.
Yeah, it was like that.
Matt Ryan threw
he did. Matt Ryan did throw those balls to Julio. Matt Ryan, I love you, but if there's one thing I didn't like about Matt Ryan, it was that. But I love Matt. Congratulations on the ring honor once again. I know that's old news, but I just gotta say it. But yeah, I'm just. Michael Thomas, he said some pretty disrespectful things, and Derek Carr, people already feel he's a mediocre quarterback. Nobody feels he's an elite guy, but people have always said he's a good chemistry guy. Every teammate that Derek Carr has had, for the most part, they have loved Derek Carr. And Derek Carr even came out and said that he's never changed his phone number. If Michael Thomas wants to talk to me, he doesn't have to run to Twitter and say all these disrespectful things. You can call me. I still got the same number. Nothing changed. And I like the fact he said that because that's showing him being the bigger man. Michael Thomas is a grown man. I think he's, like I said, salty. He's not on the team right now. And for you to talk from the sidelines and say all this about him when Derek Carr has done nothing to you, and he even said that out of all his years of being in the NFL, Derek Carr said that Michael Thomas is the only one that had an issue with.
Oh my God.
And it's just
that's a lot.
And I never liked Michael Thomas. I never did because the dude has always been a diva to me, and this just continues to show. Like I said, I understand the frustration with Derek Carr, but I just how dare you say that about somebody like that, But my prayers go out to Chris Olave. I hope he's all right. His brother Josh Olave came out and said that he's okay. He's good and all, and that's great to hear. I don't like the angst, but the last thing I want to see is a player get hurt, especially on that level, because that's a serious thing, especially a concussion. But good news for y'all today. Y'all fired y'all coach Dennis Allen. Y'all definitely needed to do that. I'm proud to see that because I definitely don't want no excuses for next year at all. But I hope y'all come back healthy next year. And I hope y'all got a decent coach to compete with us again, because it looks like y'all gonna get swept this season. But also, Cam Jordan and a few other players on the Aints, they expressed some frustrations with the team, before Dennis Allen was fired today. They expressed some frustrations after the game. Cam Jordan came out and said, he apologizes to that the fans have to even deal with this. And he apologizes that this season isn't going as planned. But you know what? I think teams who have the Super Bowl in their city that year usually have bad luck anyway.
Yeah, they're not going to make it to the Super Bowl, but they still want to be in it. Like at least be in it. They usually don't make it to the Super Bowl, but like you said, I do commend them. I commend the players coming out because they're doing more than what Dallas is giving their fans.
Yeah.
At least they are saying we recognize that we suck. We recognize that we started strong. First two games did good. We done fell off. But, so I commend them for, like you said, being men and coming out and recognizing to their fans, like, hey, we sorry that y'all got to endure this. Whereas down there in Arlington, you got that.
Oh, they don't care. Jerry Jones don't care about y'all.
He doesn't even care. So he's just like, well, we're going to fix it, and Cowboy fans, whatever. Anyway, But like you said, so Saints, I still got love for y'all, But next week, any given Sunday, y'all are NFL, y'all could beat them Falcons. So,
any given Sunday, you know how the rivalry games go. But let's not forget about them Panthers. Bryce Young was 16 for 26, 171 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Bryce Young is sophomore quarterback, who's gotten off to a shaky season. His rookie year was even shaky. But I just hope that, the best comes for Bryce. He looked really happy yesterday after he got the win. And I just think that's a momentum boost for him, and it's good to see going on. They should already focus on next year. Both these teams are 2-7. So y'all should already.
It's a lot of 2-7. There's about 5 2-7 teams out there. It's crazy.
Yeah, they're not 2-7. They're 2-6.
It's like a lot of 2-6 and 2-7 teams. That's crazy. You just jumping down. This is like either you're 7 or something, 6 or something, 2. It's crazy.
It don't seem like there's a lot of great teams this year.
No, it's just like you're top. You like the top or you're down here. No like in betweens. That's like so crazy. So it's gonna be crazy to see who's in the wild card hunt as we are like right in the middle of the season. We got a whole another half to go. This is like midway. So like you say, anything can happen. So we're gonna check and see.
Y'all get 2% love from me this week. I'm Aints, but no, don't push it. Yeah. I'm just showing remorse for y'all player.
Olave, like you say,
I don't like Michael Thomas. I want
we just hope that you're okay, and like you say, we Lions understand we're a little salty because, like you said, the Panther player wasn't even ejected, and he took this dude straight out the game. Same hit, but I digress. Well, now we're gonna come to the part of the show that is our favorite, where we give our accolades to that player or team of the week. So the you did that for week 9 goes to none other than should be a poster.
Saquan Barkley with the reverse huddle. I mean, oh my God, the guy's just fun to watch. He's been fun to watch since his rookie season. Giants fans, I know y'all miss him. And just watching him go to a rival. He's from New York too. Watching him go to a rival and do the same things for them as he did for y'all in New York. I know that hurts. But man, that's just a fun, just an exciting player to watch. And,
that's it. So Saquan, just keep watching. Just keep doing what you're doing. It was a great play. It was fun to watch. So yes, you are Saquan Barkley, our week 9 player of the week.
Why are your quads so big, Saquon? Like, what workouts do you, man? I'm trying to get like you, man.
Like him trying to do that headstand, he'll probably go straight through the field. Like his bottom part is so heavy. But, well, that is it, folks. We come to the end of week 9. We hope that you enjoyed week 9 of DNA. Please join us next week as we will be on week 10, starting the second half of the NFL. So please click like and subscribe, and we will see you next week. Bye.